Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today we're diving into a topic that many English learners see as, well, the key goal, really, achieving genuine fluency.
Yeah, that natural flow.
Exactly. So if you've ever found yourself, searching for words, maybe feeling a bit unsure, or just thinking you don't sound quite right in English, then this deep dive is definitely for you. We're going to explore a really powerful, pretty fast and often overlooked method. It's called shadowing practice.
It really is a technique that can transform how you engage with English. So many learners, they hit this kind of plateau, right? Where the grammar makes sense on paper, but speaking, it just doesn't quite click, doesn't flow. Shadowing offers a direct way past that.
Okay, so where are we getting our info for this?
So our insights today, they're drawn from some great sources like English Boost, Shadowing for Fluent Speaking, and also Shadowing, Speak Fluent English with 5,000 words. Yeah. And our mission really is to pull out the most important bits, the key takeaways from these to help you understand what shadowing actually is, why it works, like on a brain level, and crucially, how you can start using it today.
Okay, shadowing practice. It sounds kind of cool. So based on the sources, what's the basic idea? Is it really just echoing someone?
Well, yeah. At its core, it's listening to a native speaker and then immediately, like right away, repeating what they say.
Immediately.
Instantly. Think of yourself as, well, their shadow or their echo. You're trying to mimic everything, not just the words, but the pronunciation, the rhythm, the intonation, almost at the same time.
Ah, okay. Like singing along to a song almost, but with speech?
Kind of, yeah. It's the active, immediate copying.
And why is that so effective? What's the secret sauce there? Why do the sources say it's one of the fastest ways to get fluent?
Right. This is where it gets really interesting. And the sources dig into the why. It's not just simple repetition. It's about tapping into your brain's mirror neuron system.
Your neurons.
Okay. Yeah, that's the same part of the brain that helps us, unconsciously copy actions we see. So by shadowing, you're kind of bypassing the need to consciously think about grammar rules.
Ah, bypassing the rules.
Exactly. You're building these direct neural pathways for speaking automatically. You're basically training your mouth and your brain to sync up, almost like a muscle memory, but for talking.
Muscle memory for speaking, I like that. Instead of translating everything in your head first.
Precisely. That direct brain-to-mouth thing, it's incredibly powerful for speeding up fluency.
That sounds like a fundamental shift, really.
Okay,
so if someone listening is thinking, right, I want to try this, what are the practical steps? How do you actually do shadowing effectively?
Okay, yeah. The sources are very clear on this. Practical steps. First, you need to listen really closely to the voice you're going to shadow.
Locus.
Right. Then repeat immediately, like that echo idea. Don't wait for them to finish the sentence, just jump in.
Okay, immediately. Got it.
And this bit's important. Speak loudly. Don't mumble or whisper. You need to actually say the words out loud.
Okay, no whispering.
And don't get hung up on mistakes, especially at first. The main goal isn't perfection right away. It's about getting the flow. Just keep going. Oh, and definitely use headphones if you can.
Headphones, right, for immersion.
Yeah, it really helps you block everything else out and just focus on the voice. Helps you really immerse yourself.
So it sounds like it's not just about saying the right words, but capturing the music of the language, the rhythm, the ups and downs.
Yeah.
What do linguists call it? Prosody.
Exactly. You nailed it. Prosody. Shadowing is fantastic for mastering English prosody. It's often overlooked, but it's so crucial for sounding natural. And like you said, this isn't passive listening, not at all. It's 100% interactive. You have to actively speak along. So yeah, find a quiet spot where you won't be disturbed, put those headphones on, and really go for it.
All right. That immersion helps you pick up all those little nuances of how native speakers actually sound.
That's the key, internalizing that natural rhythm and pronunciation.
Okay, so we're talking about being active using headphones. Now, thinking about efficiency, the sources also mention focusing on specific words, right? Is there a recommended approach there?
Yes, absolutely. This is a really smart insight from the sources. They strongly recommend practicing with the 5,000 most common English words, the high-frequency ones.
5,000? Wow. Why those specific words?
Well, think about it. These aren't just any random words. They make up the absolute core of the language. Something like 90% of everyday conversation uses these words.
90%.
Yeah, it's staggering. So practicing with these words makes your effort incredibly efficient. You're mastering the language you'll actually need and use day to day. It's very targeted.
That makes a lot of sense. Very strategic. So can you give us some examples? What does this actually look like in practice, according to the sources?
Sure. So the sources suggest breaking these words down into useful categories. Things like daily actions, descriptive words, social phrases, even problem-solving language and talking about future goals.
There's a lot of ground.
It really does.
Yeah.
So for instance, with basic phrases, you'd be echoing things like, hello, how are you? Simple stuff. Or maybe practice makes perfect. Or can you help me? You get the idea.
Yeah, foundational phrases.
Yeah.
But it goes beyond that, doesn't it? What about like individual words or slightly longer bits?
Totally. It builds up. You might move into what they call vocabulary rapid fire. So you hear beautiful, you repeat beautiful, and then you immediately hear it in a sentence. The sunset is beautiful. And you echo that too.
Ah, I see. Word, then context.
Exactly. Or maybe important, repeat. Then this is an important meeting. Repeat. Or enjoy. Repeat. I enjoy learning English. Repeat.
Okay, that sounds really practical. And real-life dialogues, too.
Yep, absolutely. It extends to mimicking short conversations or scenarios like, I'm looking for a restaurant nearby. Or maybe something more casual, like, hey, are you free this weekend? Want to go see a movie?
Right.
And the key thing they stress is copying everything, the speed, the emotion behind the words, the intonation, because that's how people actually talk, right? That natural flow is what you're aiming to replicate.
So it's really about capturing the whole package, not just the dictionary definition.
Precisely.
It feels like it's less about, achieving perfect pronunciation on day one and more about just having the courage to try and mimic the flow, like learning to ride a bike, maybe. You wobble, but you keep going.
That's a great analogy. You don't stop and analyze every little wobble, do you? You just keep pedaling. And yeah, that brings us to consistency. What do the sources say about sticking with it? Any pro tips?
Yeah. How do you make it stick?
Consistency is king here. The sources really hammer this home. Practice makes perfect, obvious, maybe, but true. And they give some really concrete advice. Like what? Aim for just 10 minutes a day. That's it. Manageable, right?
10 minutes?
Yeah.
Most people can find that.
Exactly. And here's another smart tip. Keep track of words you find tricky, the ones you mispronounce. Make a note, and then make sure you go back and practice those specific ones again later.
Targeted practice again. I like that. Focus on the weak spots.
Right. It stops you just repeating the easy stuff. And the overall message is really encouraging. It's all about consistent effort over, say, raw talent. There's this great line, consistency beats talent. And they even suggest you'll shock yourself with how much progress you make after just 21 days of doing this consistently.
21 days, the magic number for habit formation, eh?
Seems like it. It just shows how adaptable our brains are. And it reminds you, the listener, that fluency isn't about never making a mistake. It's not perfection. It's really about building confidence.
Yeah, confidence and connection.
Exactly. Being able to express yourself more naturally, more easily.
That really reframes the goal, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It's less intimidating.
It should be. And the sources offer this brilliant little mantra to sum it all up. Speak more, fear less, shadow daily.
Speak more, fear less, shadow daily. I like it. Simple, powerful.
Sums it up perfectly, I think.
Okay, well, that feels like a great place to wrap up our deep dive into shadowing for English fluency. Hopefully you've gained some real insight into, well, a genuinely powerful and practical way to boost your English speaking and your confidence too.
Absolutely. And maybe, just as a final thought to leave you with, consider this. Mastering this echo through daily practice, it doesn't just build the skill, does it? It actually seems to shift how your brain works, creating new pathways for thinking and expressing yourself in English. So maybe ask yourself, what other areas of your life, what other habits or skills could benefit from that kind of focused daily mimicry to really internalize them?
Interesting question. Food for thought. Thanks for breaking that all down.
My pleasure.
Enjoyed the video? Don't forget to like, comment, and share. Subscribe for more English learning videos. See you in the next lesson.